Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to talk about the road to never getting 18-inch arms. Before I get into this topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. If you need coaching, I'd love to work with you. Check out the link down below. If you need coaching and never want to get 18-inch arms, check out the link down below. All right. So I'm going to talk about arm size in this video, and there's a lot of misconceptions. Over the years, I've posted a lot of pictures with my arms pumped, and I want to give you guys a realistic, real-world view on arm size and what you can expect when it comes to arm size and arm size goals. Now, first off, I have to say that a lot of people assume because of how I look now that I am generally large boned, built for strength, etc. Back as a teen in my early 20s, I was rather small boned. If you look at the styloid process, which is the bone right here on the wrist, and you measure above the styloid process, that's basically where you measure wrist size. And in the picture on the left with my snazzy creator t-shirt, I was about 6.25, 6.3 inch wrists. Now, it can be argued that I have some good genetics as far as muscle building, limb lengths and leverages and all that kind of stuff that bodybuilding people analyze. But that stuff aside, I was pretty weak when I came to the iron game, and my arm size and bone size were pretty small, all things considered. The photo on the right is basically after probably a chest and tricep workout or after a shoulder and tricep workout. Makes my arms look, makes them look 19, 20 inches. And I've touched on this on social media and on videos before. When you post pictures like this, obviously you get a variety of comments. People think arm size is 19 inches and they think I'm exaggerating a little bit when I say ripped. I'd be lucky to have 17-inch arms. So the reason why I want to make this video is because there is a lot of nonsense in the industry, a lot of big arm claims, a lot of bullshit claims. And I want to bring to the table just a realistic view, not just looking at what my arms look pumped, but what they look like when you actually measure them in the middle of the day. So this still was taken from a video that I produced around the same time. It's on my channel. If you search measure arm size, you can watch me measure my arm size live. But this still is from that video, not pumped, just in the middle of the day, probably after work. It's about 17 5/8 inches. Now, this is at about 22% body fat. I've never pretended to be super lean. I've never pretended to be under 18% body fat. For those of you guys that know my journey, know that I started at about 346 pounds. I lost 100 pounds, and this was probably around 238 to 242 pound body weight. Keep in mind, I have some loose skin, so that skews my numbers a little bit. Not an excessive amount of loose skin, but there's enough there to actually take it into consideration when I'm analyzing my body fat percentage. You can see 17 5/8 inch arms, just cold, middle of the day. This is at about 22% body fat. Now, if I got down to about 18% body fat, my arms would be about 17.25 inches. You get me down to about 13 to 14% body fat, and it's probably more like 17 inches and ripped if I ever competed on stage in bodybuilding, which will never happen. I have no intentions of doing so. But let's say I got down to some magical fairy tale world of 8, 9, 10%. I'd be lucky to hold on to 17-inch arms. So I hope this builds some perspective for you guys when you're looking at arm size on the internet. Basically, when they get to 17 plus inch arms at 18% body fat or lower, they have a substantially large arm size. This pumped picture was probably about, 18.25, maybe 18.5. Who knows? I don't know how big the pump was. Now, to end this video, I'm going to give you guys some information on how to project your arm size, what to shoot for with regards to where your body fat percentage is now. If you take this styloid process, this bump here, and you measure your wrists right above that at about 10 to 11 inches beyond that number. So if it's 6.25, you could expect 16.25 to 17.25 inch arms at that body fat percentage. If it's about 7, you could expect 17 to maybe 18-inch arms at that body fat percentage. The higher end is obviously going to be for individuals that are a little bit bigger bone. And this is not a carved in stone rule. It's a general reasonable guideline. Some very obese lifters, when they measure that, it could come in at 7.5. It could actually be 12 inches above this because their body fat percentage is so high, 28, 32, 36, 40%. It could even stretch to 13 inches above that if somebody is morbidly obese. Just some final thoughts. This is an industry filled with bullshit. This is an industry filled with a lot of lies and exaggeration when it comes to arm size. I wanted to make this video because when you just look at the picture, you assume, hey, that's a 19-inch arm. Really, all that is good tricep genetics and a pump. And if I was ripped, I'd be barely holding on to 17-inch arms. So guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.